What is up, everyone, and welcome to today's reaction video. And today's reaction is the very special monthly request of my incredible Patreon follower, Casey. Casey, thank you so much for joining the Patreon, for being a member of the herd and a supporter both here on YouTube and over on Patreon and in Discord. It means the absolute world to me to have your support. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for this month's request, because I hope y'all are ready for a ride. I hope you're ready for a journey and to have your mind blown, because for our second time, we are checking out, I always mispronounce this, Kardashev. Kardashev? I'm going to say Kardashev. They blew my mind the last time I reacted to them. The last thing I expected was those beautiful high vocals mixed with that insane aggression and scream and style, and just everything about the video and the song was mind-blowing. For those who have not seen it, check out the previous reaction I did to them, but today we are reacting to Kardashev's Reunion. This one does not have a video clip, it's just a lyric track, which I'm glad I'm going to be able to take in the full lyrics of this one. There is also apparently a bit of an explanation at the end around the language and around their album. I don't know what to expect from that or what that is, but either way, super curious to get into this, to see what they're going to bring to this song, because last time, like I said, I was not ready. I was blown absolutely out of the water. So super curious to get into this. As always, please check out the original video linked in the description below. Give the original a like and a comment, and subscribe to Kardashev if you haven't already. And we're going to get into this. This is Reunion. Let's go. Okay, so at the time of release, this was from their upcoming album, and this was released 9 months ago, so I imagine the album's already out now. But the album's called Alunia? Yeah. This is wow, that just dropped suddenly. That just went thump to silence out of nowhere. This is exactly what happened to me last time vocally. It started off so like peacefully and sweet, and then just went ba 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 right in your face when you're not expecting it. But then to have it go like that and then just drop away to nothing was such a cool touch. Also, the way this lyric video is being done is so simple yet so beautiful at the same time. The fact it started off with just like the gold lines creeping across, and then the corner pieces kind of growing out, and then the font that the name of their album was going to be in. Now we have this like star field with these two like holy looking figures down there. Everything about this is so beautiful so far. The way that they do the "Who am I" scream there gives me like full-on Alessana vibes. It's such a particular kind of a wail mixed with almost like a regurgitation type sound. Like it's this screeching scream, but it's got a real type noise to it as well. And it always like I said, I haven't listened to a whole bunch of the more heavy kind of scream kind of music. The closest I've ever really gotten to that is Alessana and maybe like not Breaking Benjamin, Bullet for My Valentine, and a few people like that. But that particular scream, that particular sound just immediately puts Alessana in my head. I'm glad we had the lyrics to this one. I would not understand a word of what was being said if it wasn't being able to read it on the screen. But yeah, immediately coming in with the full-on rage, growl, angry vocals this time, rather than that kind of way that the last one started out. I'm sorry to pause and go back again here. This line here, by the way, is wild. First of all, I saw you from in the womb. Sorry, yeah, I saw you from in the womb. Who am I? Under 1,000 stars. I just need to hear again because I need to hear how that under 1,000 stars is said, because my brain didn't go. My brain went, that wasn't enough syllables for under 1,000 stars, but it's because of the voice that I miss it. Okay, so it's under 1,000 stars, not under 1,000 stars. That makes more sense. I don't know what I was like. I saw you from the womb under 1,000 stars is how I thought it would go, but because it was under 1,000, it just threw my brain. I was like, did they say that? Is that what it says? But yeah. Okay, I'm guessing that is the language that's explained at the end of the video. We'll find out. See, this is the thing. This is what blew my mind in the first song, is that like when I think of bands like Breaking Benjamin or even Alisana that I mentioned before, you kind of have like with Breaking Benjamin, it's kind of we're gonna sing the verse in a rocky way and then have a screamo chorus or a screaming chorus, or vice versa. Maybe we'll have screams through the whole verse and then have a sung chorus. And it's not always that way, I know, but the songs that I know of theirs and that I like and have latched onto of theirs, I like that. Then you have Alisana, where it's like you have two different scream vocals talking to each other almost, and then you have a little bit of singing spliced in there and mixed in there at different stages. The thing that blows my mind about Kardashev is that you have kind of completely separate sections of the song. It's like you hit a point in the song where it's been screaming the whole time, and then you get into, now we're in the nice sung bit, and it just always throws me a loop because I'm never expecting it. In the first one, I really wasn't expecting. In this, it's like I know they can do that. I know how good his voice sounds, but my brain still kind of forgets that when we have like the full on, like almost 2 minutes worth of the scream style, and now we're going to come in with this beautiful vocal singing. It just always throws me for such a loop. Nothing hatched in my Sky brother, tell me now, what source of light have you stepped out from? A new voice from the past. The way, the little run he did there on the from the past section that just kind of went oof was beautiful. Yo, I know that they said at the beginning of this that this is from their new album, which was, I think, like a sequel to their previous album. Is there like one big ongoing story to all of the songs and all the lyrics? Because I feel like I've come into this feels like watching Dune 2 without any context of Dune 1. Like I feel like I've come in there talking about you were born from mankind, but they're all gone, and it feels like this sci-fi lore that's going on. And I just feel like I've missed book one of the information. And it's like, this is really, really cool. I'm curious as to like how we got here. The note that he hits on found and on you at the start of this like section here are just stunning. Both of them are absolutely gorgeous notes. Like the first found from the first line, and the you in the second line, I should say. Absolutely awesome. Oh, okay. Okay, big info dump. This might give me some explanation as to what I was saying before, and I think this is where it says about the language and that. Before I get into that, Kardashev, they are such an interesting one for me because I love his singing voice. I even love that higher scream that I said about, and I don't mind a bit of the growl scream. It's not something that I would particularly have on my playlist all the time. As much as like I appreciate a reaction, it's so cool to hear, and I feel like they're building such an interesting universe here with their songs that it's so cool. But it's one of those things of like, I almost want songs that have more of the singing in them with less of the vocals. I want that to be the thing that's sprinkled in the way that the singing was sprinkled in this one. And I feel like my brain just says to me, if it had that flip, I would be obsessed with these guys. Like, I like them now. They're cool now. They're awesome to listen to. But it's one of those things of, because I've never been overly hooked on the vocals, that seems to be like the barrier that keeps me from becoming like full on obsessed with them. Like having more of a balance that leans more towards those singing vocals, because he is such a good singer. And even with the screaming vocals, I think I'd prefer it if it had a little bit more of that kind of higher one in there rather than the deep groan one. But yeah, that's just personal preference. Everyone has their own style of music they like. I'm not saying anything against how wildly talented these guys are. And I know that there is like such a huge market and such a huge fan base out there for people who just love this style and love songs. Like there are people out there who would love more of the vocal and less of the singing. But for me personally, he's just got such an incredible voice and can do such amazing notes and such amazing things with it that I would love to see more of a, like, either a 50-50 or even a 30-70 split between more towards the singing. But yeah, that's again just personal preference. All right, let's have a look here. This is a lot to read. Alunia is the language of our descendants. It's a language yet to be spoken, though its first utterance, la Raul uno sol, is inevitable. A soon-to-wake being named Atlas will whisper the first Aluian's words when they see Sky Brother. Okay. He who was spoken of in the... Okay, so Sky Brother was mentioned in the Almanac, their last song. And once Atlas meets Sky Brother, he will speak the first words of this new language, which is pretty cool. Once he first mentioned the Almanac, step from the crack in the sky, Aluia will not evolve through the filters of war, art, and religion or commerce. Aluia is a language of immense. Okay, so it's not like our languages, which have been developed through either the need to trade or the through warfare or things like that. It's always been, it always will be. It's bigger than those small things, those small parts of us. It's the Genesis story of those to come. Neither a formless God's whisper nor a massive bang will be heard. Aluia will be born from the serendipitous. Ha! There we go. Okay, I sat there and went, do I know this word? This is a unique word. Serendipitous meeting between two beings in open air. Right. In Aluia, every vowel is pronounced on its own. This can be difficult for many of us because vowels have a tendency to flow together. Though there are no native speakers of Aluia yet, if one were to see the English word ocean, they would pronounce it like I just did. If the English word ocean, they would pronounce it as Ocean. In short, Aluian, when properly spoken, is free of... Now that word I don't know. Diphthongs? I don't know that word. There's one for the vocabulary lesson for today. However, accuracy is not law. Your own language and the accent you carry will dress the way you pronounce Aluian words in the finest of garments. I like that. It's not a language of exclusion where if you have an accent from a different country or things like that, you're not going to be able to say the things. It's just going to be that you dress it up in your own unique way. Finally, you'll see some lyrics bracketed by a symbol seen in mathematics known as the therefore symbol, which can be seen here. It's the 3 dots. I did notice those through the film clip that some of the lines had 3 dots around them. Sentences that are enclosed by these symbols are spoken by Atlas. Sentences free of the symbols are spoken by Sky Brother. Okay, good to know. So the song we just saw is either the first meeting or, by the title of the song, the reunion of Sky Brother and Atlas. That's interesting. Before you go, let me leave you with one last message. It is important to know that despite the darkness of this album's conclusion, Aluia leads to a future that, for all of us, would seem almost unbearably bright. The story that we as Kardashev have told across Progression, Expio, and the Almanac, and now Aluia, will conclude in a future without war, hatred, predation, or greed. May we all plant trees that our may we all plant trees so that the children of our children can sit under their shade. This is a nightmare for me. I was that kid in high school that, like, you get me to read silently in my head, I would have read that in like 10 seconds. Getting to read out loud, ooh, we don't go there. No, that is bad. This was a nightmare for me. But either way, very, very cool information. I like the fact that they're releasing an album. The album's got a big, heavy story. So we release one song of it and give you an info dump before the album ever comes out, so you come into it knowing what to expect. And I don't necessarily think this would have been the first song released off, it might be the first song released, but it's not the first song off the album, I don't think. Either way, really, really cool breakdown here for the whole song. I I continuously am impressed by the vocals from these guys and the world building and the lore that they have. Like I said, the scream vocals aren't always my thing, but I can appreciate them as an insane talent. To be able to do that and make a career out of doing that without shredding your voice is a skill and is a talent. So you have to pay it respect. This was so damn cool. I hope you guys all enjoyed it as well. As always, check out the original video linked in the description below. Give the original a like and a comment, and subscribe to Kardashev if you haven't already. Also, leave me a like and a comment, subscribe to this channel. It helps out so much. I can't even begin to tell you. And if you're able to, check me out over on Patreon. Over there, I do weekly polls for the reactions I do here on the channel. I also do weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel. So check all that out over on my Patreon. I will see you all in the next reaction video. Have yourself a fantastic day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.